However, since the time is short, let me tell you the two dates in my mind which have been very important are when Mohe Muqaddas was lost. Second is 1990, when my community had to leave. Now, Vijay Sahib mentioned a couple of times about being an agent or not being an agent. Yes, I am an agent. I am an agent of Kashmir. Kashmiriyat that you people I see sitting here have not seen, I have seen. I was 6 years old when I was sent to 𝐤𝐴 Millia. I had to say my namaz 5 times a day and read the Quran Sharif. That is Kashmiri. A boy from a very well-known Kashmiri Pandit family had to go to 𝐤𝐴 Millia at the age of 6 and learn Islam. That is Kashmiri. Then I think somebody mentioned about the music. Now I think there is misconception about music. That we can't do this or we can't do this or we will not do this. Fact is that I met Zubin Mehta in Bombay, and he said, my life's ambition is to play in Shalimar Garden in Kashmir. So we invited him. I'll not elaborate on it. And we all thought that how many people are going to listen to Mozart and Zubin Mehta in Kashmir. So we arranged for about 800 seats in Shalimar. We were all shocked. Almost 3,500, 3,700 Kashmiri people attended that pin-drop silence for about 3 hours. Later, got enthused by this. In our school, we had a Kashmiri music festival called Shireen. First prize was 1 lakh, second prize was 50,000, third prize was 25,000. Now, our thing was not to deal with only the musicians who are popular like Laleshwari or even Mahjoor. So we went on to poets who were not so well known like Arnimal, Wahab Khar, and we distributed this to various schools. 180 schools participated. The prize was won by a school of Bandipur who did not know about music. They learnt music in 1 month and they got the first prize of 1 lakh rupees. When I asked them, what are you going to do with this 1 lakh rupees? They said, well, we've got 2 rooms in our school, we'll build a 3rd room. That is the education, sir. Having said that, I must also appreciate what Army has done 8 years ago, and they introduced the KPL, and then they lost probably interest in it, and we resumed it this year. Now what does this KPL do? The first one, which was introduced 8 years ago, produced a bowler which is one of the fastest bowlers today considered in the country. I watched the new KPL this year and saw a team of Bandipur and team of Shupaiya play. I was amazed. I was amazed. They had no coaching and they played. And I tell you, there is a different world out there. What we are discussing or what I've been hearing since morning, I don't think I sort of am in agreement with what all has been said. But there's a new world, and there's a new Kashmir which is emerging. Now, if you take education again, when we started a school, my first humiliation was that a girls' school here was started by a lady called Annie Besant. She came from England. No local put up a girls' school. Now coming to the conflict part of it. I must say this, that the terrorism in Kashmir was fought by the Kashmiri woman. It was in 93-94 when this Kashmiri woman told the menfolk, please go out and fend for yourselves and fend for us. Today the result is that any corner of the world that you go to, you will find a Kashmiri. And then they educated their children. Particularly the mothers were interested in educating the girls. And I see a lot of girls sitting here and I feel a lot proud. But nothing much has been said about this Kashmiri woman who deserves more than what we have discussed here this morning. Now we are coming back to education. We have an Education Act which was made in 2002. A lot of changes happened since then, but the teachers who got appointed at that time are still there. What they teach, I don't want to even say how much they teach. I'm not saying that I have set up a school, it's a great thing, but yes, I do take pride that our school did change the narrative of education in the valley. And today I feel proud when people tell me that, well, your school is good. What did we do? We not only concentrated on studies, we concentrated on sports, on swimming, on cricket. But today, as far as the sports academy of this school is concerned, I think it's better than any school in the country. As far as the infrastructure is concerned, it's probably one of the best in the country. And I can take pride in that. But at the same time, I don't know what has happened during the last year. I think one of the best things that the government did was to remove Article 370 and 35A. That's probably one of the best things that happened to us in Kashmir. General Dillon did mention about 106 different items, but I'll only mention one item, and that is 370. We were looked down upon in the rest of the country. Oh, tum Kashmiri hai, tumko special status. You may not have faced that. I have. I have two suggestions. Time is short. And one is for General Pandey, if he can do it. You've got about 70 army schools in this valley. You've got about 3,000 private schools also. Let's say about 1,000 schools, private schools will agree, and your army schools will agree. We'll have a strength of 1,100. Let these 1,100 schools adopt the government schools, at least 3, within the vicinity of 3 miles. Let's improve those schools. Why are we only criticizing them? Why are we saying that they're bad or they're good? Let us do something. We have to do it. As many of the speakers said, whatever has to be done by us. Then there is a young youth today who've done extremely well. I feel so proud looking at my youngsters in this valley. We have, by dint of their own ability, we did an export of 14,000 crores last year in apples. We did an export of 1,400 crores in terms of vegetables for the first time in Kashmir. 4 years ago, Kashmir was short by 40% in milk. Next year, Kashmir will be surplus by 30%. I'm only saying this is done by the youngsters. Lastly, I would again say that there is a new education which is coming forth. The education system is revolutionized. It's going to be revolutionized throughout the world. We need a college of tomorrow. I don't mind if I get 15, 20 canals of land, I'll build the college of tomorrow. What is college of tomorrow is cyber security, artificial intelligence, robotics, etc. We will make our children at least capable of earning £1 lakh and a half if you have a college like that within 3 years' time. Let us do it. Let's all put our hands together and do it. Today your youngster is very angry. Don't allow him to go further. This youth, angry youth, is the most dangerous thing anywhere in the world. Thank you very much.